What is going on, guys? Phil here from Phil's Craft Corner. Hope you're all having a great day. I'm doing pretty good. And today I've been sent another product to review. It's the Volport phone mounting system. So this is a phone mount to put in your car. They saw my video installing the radio system that I've got in my new Japanese import. If you've not seen that, I'll stick a link down in the description to that video where I buy a cheap TikTok product and stick it in my car to counteract the problem that I have with radio. Anyway, they saw that video, they got in touch with me and says, we want to send you a car mount to review. What kind of vents have you got? What kind of dashboard have you got? We want to send the correct one that's going to work for you. And says there's a few different options that I can use in my vehicle. It's got vertical vents, you'll see that in a minute. It's got a big curve in the dash, and also the windscreen is quite far away. So I said, can you send the one that does all three? So this can mount to a vent, it can mount to your window, and it can mount to your dash. Like I said, this is a full system. You get everything you need in here, and it will fit pretty much any car in any way that you can think of. So let's spin around, let's get this thing opened, and I'll show you what's inside. Alright, so this is the box. I've already undone the QC tape because it just makes the video a bit easier. So like I say, this is the system. You get this mount at the bottom. This can mount to your dashboard or the windscreen, and then you get the stand with the extendable part. It's pretty similar to the radio mount that I got for the other one. Like I said, I'm going to stick a link to that in the description. So this might sit right next to it. And then you've got the vent mount. Now this has got like a little hook that's tight, and then you tighten it down onto there, so it holds pretty well. We're going to test out how well it holds, because the one I've got in there is pretty junk at the minute. So yeah, it'll be a pretty good upgrade. Now if you want to check this out, I'll stick a link to Amazon down below where you can pick this up. Yeah, so straight away on the top is the vent mount. Like I said, this has got the hook, and you can just tighten and loosen this, so that hooks behind your vent, and then you tighten it down, and then the other bit of the mount sits on there. That's pretty good. You get two of these suction cup things, so they're pretty sticky. It's not super sticky. It should stick to your dash, and then you can screw the mount down on top of there. That's the other mount with already one of the suction cups on there. That's your main part of the mount. External use only, one pad saturated with isopropyl alcohol. Apply alcohol prep in a circular motion on injection site outwards. Okay, so it looks like you get two of those wipes, and then a user manual. Yeah, so it's pretty basic on how to use it. It seems pretty straightforward anyway. If you need the instructions, they are there, but you should just be able to pop them on. I'm going to show you all the different ways of mounting this anyway, so yeah. So this is the main mount. It's quite robust, it feels pretty solid. Nothing wants to move around really. Obviously this part will raise and lower depending on the height of your phone. So these will fit a pretty chunky phone in there. I've got my Galaxy S23 Ultra with a decent case on there. It's not super thick, but makes the phone a little bit thicker. When you press the button on the back, it releases these wings slowly. So that's pretty cool. So you put your phone in, squeeze it down, and that's it. It's mounted in there. It's mounted in there. Obviously I lost my grip on the back there, but without squeezing it down too tight, that's pretty good. So get it in place, give it one extra click. It's not coming out of there, especially not when you're driving. And then you can just press to release. Take your phone out. Nice and easy. So when you're mounting this, you just unscrew this back part. You don't have to unscrew it all the way, just so it's loose. pop in one of the mounts, and then you can tighten that back down when it's in position. Put it wherever you want, crank it down a bit, and that's pretty tight. I have to try pretty hard to move that. It's not going to wobble loose when you're driving around. So yeah, let's get into the car. I'll figure out where I want to put this, and I'll show you all the different ways of mounting it in your vehicle. Alright, so we're in the car now, and like I say, this is my old mount, and it doesn't take much to move this around. When I'm driving around, this flops around a little bit. When my phone's in there, it holds it down a little bit more, so it's not too bad, but it just pulls off. Because all it's holding on is this little clip here, and yeah, it's not super great. So with this vent clip, you get that little hook, so you want to do that pretty much all the way. It can't come out, it's screwed, it undoes to there. I wouldn't try and do it further than what it does, and then you just hook it behind your vent, hold it tight, and then tighten down. Clicks to say it's in place, and that's solid. That's not going anywhere, that one. I'll get the phone mount itself, pop it over the top, hold it roughly where I would have it. Is there. It moves a little bit, but nowhere near as much as what the other one did. Put that in place, secure it down, and there we go. Got a nice secure mount. I'll have that at a slight angle to me, I think. That's good. Happy there. Sticks out this way, like towards me, a little bit more than what the other one did, but that's fine. It just means I can reach it a bit better. Let's try the dashboard mount, maybe on the dashboard here, or maybe from the windscreen and pull it back. So for your dash and the windscreen, you use this mount, which has adjustability that way, and then it's got an extension that way, so that's pretty good. So I can attach that to my windscreen, basically next to the other one, but it won't come as far forward. I'll attach this to my windscreen up here above, behind my rear view mirror, and you can see how that attaches. So this has got this suction cup here, and then a lock and unlock. So just peel off this little bit, I'll twist it towards unlock a bit, because what it does when it tightens up, it'll make this cup and it'll indent that way, and it suctions to the window better. So let's get this right up here, and I'll lock it down. It's got a lot of travel on it. Oh, because I'm unlocking it. You feel that tighten down. And that seems pretty solid, it's not going anywhere. Then I will set this in place. Move that out of the way. And I think maybe there. So again, you get the same phone mount. It just sits on the bolt, clips into place, and then you can tighten that as tight as you want it. So with this, I'd have that landscape there, and this would act as my dash cam. So that's tightened all the way now. Yeah, that's tight. I'm going to try the dashboard mount, see how that goes. But this is probably my solution of where it's going to be. Like I say, I do not touch my phone while I'm driving around. It's going to be used as a dash cam, obviously earning my points. So let's try mount to the dashboard, because this is a curved dashboard. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but hopefully we can find some solutions. As you see, removing your phone is very easy. The button's at the back here. Popping your phone into place. Simple as that. It doesn't take much at all. One hand on my phone and the finger on the button just comes straight off. Nice and easy. Whereas with this one, I had to kind of slide it in because it just fits, and then I have to wiggle it around to get to the charging port, and then to pull it out I need two hands, one to hold that and one to hold the phone. This is a one-handed operation, so that's pretty much good. To detach this from your windscreen, you obviously just loosen the screw at the back, and there's a tiny little tab. I'll show you on here. There's a little tab there. Pull that tab away from the windscreen, and that's going to pull the whole thing off and peel down. That was quite sticky. I'm assuming that's what your alcohol wipes for, is before you put this on and after you put this on. It'll help give a clean surface for it to stick to better. I'm going to undo this all the way. I'm going to try and mount it. It's on an angle there. If I put it there, I'm not going to get to that. I'm going to try and mount it here because you guys probably don't have this radio, you'll have your standard one. So I'm going to try and mount it here in the middle where this radio is not going to interfere, and that should be fine. So just ignore this, you're not going to have that in the way. Is that going to stick there? Let me try and lock that down. Locks all the way. No. It was on there, but it's not sticky enough. Let me try just on this bit where that one's sat. I will try and lift this out of the way for a moment. Okay, so my camera overheated, so I've had to open both the side doors in the back of the car to let a bit of a through breeze to go through, to stop the camera overheating a bit. But yeah, so I apologise for the road noise now. But I feel like this is the setup that most of you guys are going to have. So this is attached to the dashboard, and then you can just sit your phone in there, just like so. And then you've got your phone set up. So I feel like that's where most people will have it, and you can have this orientated in landscape or portrait. Obviously, for my use, I would probably have it in landscape, and I'd have my app detecting this way. So that looks pretty good. I do feel like for my setup, I'm going to have it behind the rear view mirror, and then have all of my controls using from the Android Auto. Right guys, so I'm driving around with this thing, and it's very sturdy. It's not moving around at all. Very happy with where it's sat. It's not in my field of view in the slightest. It isn't distracting me from while I'm driving. I can hardly see it. I can see this one more when I'm looking. It's brilliant. It looks to be in the perfect position. Like I say, it's pretty solid. It's not moving around at all, even going over these speed bumps that I'm going over now. They're not very big speed bumps, but it's pretty smooth. It's not rattling around, whereas the one I had on this vent, that'd rattle around and just make a constant vibrating noise. Perfectly quiet. Seems very secure. The phone doesn't seem to be moving around that much. Just gone over a bit of a pothole, and that's not even done anything. Yeah, very happy, very impressed. I'm going to carry on driving around for a little bit, see how it goes. I need to go and pick up my partner and go and do some shopping anyway, so yeah. Right, and then when you get to wherever you're going, it's so easy to just press that button and lift your phone off instantly. And then I can just text my partner to say that I'm here, and then put my phone back in there. Nice and easy, nice and secure, absolutely brilliant. Very impressed with it. Alright guys, so I've had this in the car for about a week now, and it's working absolutely flawlessly. It's just stayed up there a few of the windscreen mounted mounts that I've had. The rubber seal at the back in hot weather, in the sun, that kind of peels away because the rubber gets hot, expands, and then contracts when it's cooler and just drops down. But this has been solid. We've had a few hot days here in the UK with some blazing heat. It's still on there really nicely. It's not coming off. Obviously, if you go over speed bumps, it moves a little bit, like I just said, but generally it's pretty solid. Doesn't move that much, and obviously I can adjust it and point it to where I need to. Thanks Volport for sending this mount kit over to me. It's been absolutely amazing. I'm going to continue using it for full time, permanently in the car. And yeah, if you like this kind of content, then please hit that like button, hit subscribe to follow along, and you can join in with this content. If you don't like this content on this channel, I've been looking at creating a different channel for my car stuff. So Phil's Car Corner is probably what I'm going to call it. If you want that to happen, then let me know down in the comments below, and I'll create a second channel for this kind of stuff. If you don't mind, then I'll carry on putting it on this channel. It's a little bit easier for me, to be honest, instead of managing two different channels. But I don't know. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.